What would you do if you figured that you ran away from one problem only to land right in the middle of another? Like straight from the frying pan into the fire. Well, darlings, that is exactly the chaos Naomi finds herself in when she ends up in this little town called Knockemout. So here's the tea. Naomi wanted a fresh start, but guess what? Her twin sister, Trouble, a capital T, like her name is Tina, but capital T Trouble, you get it? Lures her into Knockemout instead of a warm welcome or helping her solve a problem just like she had always done. Naomi basically inherits a whole heap of drama. Sneers from people who hate her sister. A 12-year-old niece dropped right into her lap. Oh, and a nickname that is not so good because people suddenly start calling her not Tina because everyone confuses her for Tina even though they look completely different. Yeah, they are identical twins, but if you look at them closely, you'd know that Naomi is not Tina. Imagine pulling up somewhere and realizing your whole life just got hijacked. Yeah, that's Naomi's grand entrance. Enter Knox. Let me tell you, bestie, it was not cute. No flowers, no smile, no ow moment. Nope. Their first meeting, rough. Knox is suspicious, blunt, and absolutely convinced that Naomi is a walking drama. Granted, he thought that Naomi was Tina, and Tina had a bad image in the town. She used to cause trouble everywhere she went. So when they first meet, Knox is there to draw Naomi out, while he thought that Naomi was Tina. And Naomi, she's frazzled, overwhelmed, and honestly, not in the mood for some grumpy stranger barking at her. When Knox finally figures that Naomi is not Tina, he decides to help, even though everything in him tells him to just go away. When Tina steals from her sister, Knox steps in and helps her settle into the new town. It's messy, it's awkward, and that's why it's so good, because even through the chaos, you feel those sparks starting to crackle. This is where it simmers. Knox pretends to not care, but come on, we know better. He keeps showing up, helping her in little ways, gives her a job, a place, softening bit by bit. Naomi, on the other hand, is busy being the good twin, trying to neutralize all those chaos her sister left behind. She even agrees to fake date Knox when her parents suddenly show up in the cottage and find them, let's say, in a very compromising position. And Knox, being a typical book boyfriend, decides to say that they are dating so that he can save Naomi's image in front of her parents. Of course, it was barely weeks after Naomi ditched her own wedding. Yep, Naomi is a runaway bride. And honestly, good for her. She deserved better. But also, that explains her fear, why she's hesitant, why trusting Knox or any other man feels like walking on thin ice. She's not running away from a man, she's running away from her old self, from her people pleaser self, from a girl that would do anything for anyone and forget about herself. Now, here's a twist. Knox breaks up with her. Yep, sucks. He has so many baggages, and he has convinced himself so much that he does not need love because love always leaves. That loving someone feels strange, loving someone feels foreign to him, and he does what emotionally unavailable men do. He breaks up with her in the middle of town, and Naomi is heartbroken. But Knox had warned her before they started the whole fake dating thing that he never dates. So Naomi collects herself up and becomes a big girl. It is sad because the breakup came just when she had started believing in him. He pulls away, And as I was reading, I am left wondering, do I shake him, hug her, and scream at both of them for being so stubborn? But let's say it gave them a foundation of their relationship. The beauty of it, it's raw, it's flawed, it's messy, and that makes their healing later so much sweeter. When Naomi and her niece are kidnapped by her twin sister, Tina basically kidnaps her sister and her own baby. Knox loses it. By the time they reunite, he knows that Daisy, as he calls her, a funny story of how the nickname Daisy came to be. The very first day they met, that morning at the bar, Naomi had a daisy flower on her hair. Remember, she had just run away from her wedding. So that's where the nickname stemmed from. And might I add that time, Naomi was such a red flag to Knox, because Knox knew that such women require constant attention. They want a family, and according to him, or so he thought, he was not that type of man. He was not a man to date. He was not a man to be in a relationship, And when he finally falls, it's a surprise to everyone, including his grandmother and his brother. But he could not stand the sight of Naomi being happy with someone else, and that is a good thing. We book girlies, we book people, we love them obsessed, right? Now, Knockemout town itself, it's a whole character. That town deserves its own part in this review stroke summary. Has gossiping neighbors, quirky shop owners, people who drive you crazy but also wrap you in warmth. It's like a family. This little town forces both Naomi and Knox to grow, whether they want to or not. It provides a perfect location, a perfect spot for them to grow and nurture their love. This book is not just a small town spice though. It is about choosing yourself, healing, risking love even when it scares you. Naomi shows quiet courage. Knox learns softness is not weakness. And together, they show us love is messy, beautiful, and definitely worth the gamble. Now, reading this book after I have read Things We Left Behind gave me chills. To see where it all begins, Naomi and Knox are the heart of Knockemout, setting the stage for every love, heartbreak, and swan that comes later. I really enjoyed reading this book, and maybe I might do another review now that I have the base. But do I regret reading the last book in the series? Absolutely not. Definitely worth it. So darlings, if you love drama, small town chaos, fake dating, grumpy sunshine romance, and a love story that's unforgettable, Things We Never Got Over is waiting for you. Spice level of this book, I rate it 3.2 out of 5. It is good. Well, diary darlings, I hope you enjoyed hanging with me today. Do not forget to subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, maybe even a book you'd like me to review next. Like for more bookish content. Goodbye and stay fabulous. Till next